Hello, hello, hello. I can't see you, but you can see me. I've got somebody helping me out here, holding a phone for me on Instagram. While I sit here, I'm Doug Stone, and we are live on Instagram. And I've got Streamily up on my computer, so I can see what you folks ordered. Psycho Mantis. And we've got Psycho Mantis right here. So,
Keen Carpenter says hi.
oh, hello, back to you. So, not audio, but just,
Comments. Official Rob Fury says you look great.
Thank you very much, Rob. I hope you're not flirting with me. No, I don't think Rob's flirting with me. Thank you, Rob. Ready for signings? Yeah? Well, the first one I've got here, I don't know if Jordan is with us. Is Jordan there? I don't know, but Jordan's the first one I have in the queue. And Jordan wanted me to write, "That's right, this is no trick, it is true power." I would do the Psycho Mantis voice, but I'm so rusty at it that you would go, "That doesn't sound like Psycho Mantis. Is he really the guy who did him?" It is true power. It's a little bit of Psycho Mantis there. All right. Let's get to this.
Kid Music 98 says hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So I'm writing. That's right. This is no trick. It is true. I'm going to keep it in the dark part here. Power. You know what? I think I should have done that in black. We're not going to send that to Jordan. We're going to do a new one for Jordan. So we've got to have it right.
Kid Music 98 says, can you believe it's been 25 years since Metal Gear Solid was released in 1998?
No, I cannot at all. And I think it's amazing that I haven't gotten one day older in that time. Incredible. No, it's amazing. I've been in the entertainment business. I've been full-time doing acting for 41 years. So just to think, we'll talk about 20 years, double it. That's how many years I go back in my memory. In fact, the t-shirt I have on, I'll show you in a sec. There we go. So we got Jordan's done here. The t-shirt I have on is from a cartoon series from 1985-6 that I did when I first came to Los Angeles to work in animation and voiceover, called Mask, Mobile Armored Strike Command. So it's almost 40 years ago, 1985-86. Incredible. Incredible. You see pictures of me back then and dark hair and etc. There's this thing apparently called aging. I don't know if you've heard of it out there in Instagram land. I don't know if it applies to you, but it apparently applies to me. Very mysterious. I don't get it at all. Is Adam there? Adam hasn't commented. Adam, I'm going to have a sip of coffee and wait and see, because then we're going to sign for you. Oh, Adam? Okay. Adam wanted to know my favorite quote of Psycho Mantis. So when people ask me, what do you want to write? I'll use their name and say, I can read your mind, Adam, as opposed to Snake. Because that, I don't know, I just think that's kind of my favorite quote, psychokinesis and et cetera, et cetera. The whole thing about Psycho, a big part of Psycho, of course, is that power that he had, not only to move your controller, but to read minds and to know so much about Snake and about anybody else he was facing. So I think it's kind of a basic, integral part of him. So that's the quote that I like. So I'm going to put that down for Adam.
A Disney Mon says, hi, Doug.
Hi, Disney Mom. I wish I'd done more work for Disney over the years.
And Disney Mom said, yesterday was Scott Winger, Aladdin, and Mary Boo's birthday, and I had the honor of meeting them.
Oh, cool. The only big Disney thing, I've worked on some Disney stuff over the years, smaller projects. The only big one I worked on was Lilo and Stitch. I did have a little role in that, so that was very cool. But they certainly have put out some amazing stuff over the years. There we go. Yeah, much better with the black pen than the gray pen. Up in the top corner. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch was a funny situation where I wasn't cast in it. There's a thing called looping, where you provide voices for TV shows and films. So the stars all speak, like say you're watching a drama on TV or streaming, and the main characters, the stars, are all speaking, and you see all these other people around them, and they're chitting and chatting about this and that, and some of them might even walk by one of the stars and go, "How you doing today?" or whatever. Those are all extras, and they're not speaking. And they bring in a bunch of actors, and that way they only have to pay 4 or 5 of us, and we loop. We're all those different people, so we'll change our names, or change our voices rather. We'll speak with accents and act like we're different people than we are. So we might be from New York, we might be from any place, and we'll be all those different characters. So that was happening with Lilo and Stitch, where they just brought in a loop group, and they were still doing the animation, and said, we want to fill it in with voices and see what it feels like before we finish the animation. So I did that, thinking, well, that's great, and I'll get paid, but I'll never make it to the final film, which is a shame. They'll bring in some big name actors, and those are the ones who are going to fill in all the voices in this. And fortunately, when the producers listened to that thing that we'd done, they said 2 of the voices, mine and another actor's, were good enough. They said, we don't need to redo those 2. I like what those actors did in that looping session, so let's keep them and put them in the film. And so without auditioning or anything else, I had this, I think it was Inspector Gecko or something like that, or something Chief Gecko, on the ship when Lilo is being thrown off the ship. He's the little guy standing next to the big, deep voice guy. So that was kind of a fun thing to be in a big Disney film like that. It was very cool, because it's a great film, cool film.
A Disney Mom also said, not to mention, if you really want big news, Disney legend Glynis Johns, which is Wilfred Banks from Mary Poppins, is 100 years old and still alive.
Oh, that's nice. My mom recently passed. My mother was 101 and a half. She just passed in July. So yeah, it's quite and got a letter from the Queen. She was in Canada, but Canada, having been associated with Britain for so many years, you not only get a letter from the Prime Minister of Canada, you get a letter from England as well. And I guess when she turned 100, Queen Elizabeth was still alive, I believe, so it was signed by Queen Elizabeth. So there you go. Now, George, I see you have not saved often. You are quite reckless. I remember Psycho Mantis saying that. I don't know if you're listening, George, but that's what George wants on his, so I'm going to do that.
Aya says hi.
Pardon?
Aya said hi.
Oh, hello, Aya. You didn't pay for an autograph, Aya. What on earth? Sorry, folks, that's somebody I know. See, you have not saved often. Dot. You are quite...
A Disney Mom said, I'm so sorry, they're never really gone, as long as you still keep them close to your heart. Actual words from Mouseketeer Sharon Bard. Kid Music 98 says, this year marks the 5th anniversary of Bungo Stray Dogs English dub.
Right, yes. So many shows, but yeah, I worked on Bongo. Yeah, a lot of anime, quite a few games. I do a lot of dubbing these days for live action for Netflix. So if you happen to get Netflix, and if you happen to watch the live action foreign films that they get that are dubbed into English, I'm in a lot of those these days. Excuse me. So I'm probably doing more of that lately than I am anime. There's so much of it going on. But the career goes through different arcs. Like I say, I did the looping for TV shows and films for a lot of years too. If any of you are old enough to remember Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules Legendary Journeys, I believe it was called, in the 90s into the early 2000s, my group of actors did all the voices on that show, other than the stars, Lucy Lawless and the other stars. But we were all the villagers and all the monsters, and everybody that they met that wasn't a major actor were us. We fought Hercules and Xena many times, and were always defeated. They're just too strong. So it's not always anime for me. I know that's what a lot of the fans are very interested in, but I've done a lot of radio commercials and TV commercials as well, and other things. You have to do a lot of things to make a living as a voiceover actor. You're not paid a fortune to do anime, so you have to do either a lot of it or a lot of things in order to make a living in the business. It seems very romantic to make it, and I love it, best thing ever. But it is a business, and you do have to work hard and get out there and do a lot of different things to make a living. Any other comments or questions? No? Well, I guess I'll say goodbye to you all then, folks. Thank you for jumping on the Instagram. And we're going to get these to Jordan, Adam, and George as soon as we can. I'm going to get these to Streamily, who are sponsoring this. And then Streamily is going to get them to you. So the whole world's involved, it seems, like in getting you these prints. That's how important you are.
A couple more comments. Disney Mom said, but that's what makes you great. You can do more than voice characters. You act them. You act them in live action.
Oh, thank you. Well, I started as a theater actor, as an actor, and did on-camera work as well. So when I got into voiceover, you're not just making funny voices. Yeah, you're acting. So thank you. Yeah, it's great to be able to do live action as well as animation. And do both. It's also challenging. It makes it fun.
Pegasusia 351 says it's JJ from Zillion.
It's
Zillion, Zillion.
JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that's going. If that's what I'm thinking of, that's going way back. Zillion. Did Tom Weiner direct that? But that's going way back. Yeah, well, I started doing the dubbing stuff. I got here in 85-6, as I said, to do this cartoon. By 87, I was dubbing. I was working with Saban, who had written the music for this cartoon, who did Power Rangers, and we were with them when they were first starting to do dubbing work. So I'm also did some Monsters and Power Rangers and other stuff along the...
That person said he did.
Right. Yeah, Eye Guy and some other, I forget the names of the different characters, but some different stuff along the way for that too. So there's a lot. But you can see on the IMDb or Wikipedia a lot of the anime stuff. But again, a lot of the other work that you end up doing doesn't make it onto there because you're not credited for it. And obviously the IMDb and Wikipedia aren't going to know you did it if you're not credited. And I haven't bothered to try to get in there and get it all updated. But that's where you'll see a great deal of the anime work anyway. Okay, folks, I guess, sorry?
Metal Gear Solid said, have a great weekend.
Oh, thank you very much. Same to you.
And a Disney Mom says, make sure you stay hydrated. It's very hot today in San Bruno.
I tell everybody that, Disney Mom. Because I'm an older guy, so now I'm Grandpa Doug. I tell everybody, stay hydrated, stay hydrated. I was at Kitty Bungalow today. Oh, that's what I should be telling you about. Oh, my goodness. Silly me. I sit on the board of a no-kill nonprofit cat shelter here in Los Angeles, the Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats. I've been associated with them for 11 years, and there's my 9.5-year-old kitty on cue, meowing in the background. Yes, your food's right there. Just had to let me know she was going to eat. Well, every year I get all my voice actor friends together, many of whom you will know, a lot of anime and cartoon people, and they donate swag or they'll do personalized voiceover messages for bidders on Gala Bid. It's going to start October 16th, and it's called Make Their Voices Purred. And if you want to get a quick sampling of who's going to be on there, if you go to Kitty Bungalow, if you Google Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats, you'll see events, etc., like all the headers. You go to the events, you'll see Voices Purred, and within that you'll see a listing of some of the various items. And JoJo's is there, lots of cartoons that you'll be, and anime that you'll be very familiar with. So we auction these off. All these great voice actors have kindly donated items to it, including the voice messages, posters, and prints, and all kinds of things. And all the profits go to save the kitties, on the feral kitties on the streets of Los Angeles. What we do is a lot of trap, neuter, return. We're humanely reducing the population by fixing and neutering the cats, not euthanizing a healthy cat, but making sure they can't keep having babies. So it's a humane way of reducing the population without harming any animals. So be aware of that too.
Aya said the cat is a paid actor.
The cat is a paid actor, exactly. Mimi was right on cue, and of course now she's going to want to get paid. And she's strictly union, this cat. She does not mess around. 19 years old. You don't live to be that old as a cat if you're not hip to how it all works. Okay, folks, thank you. Goodbye, and thanks for your interest. And I hope to see you again on Instagram or at a convention or at the auction. Take care.